Hey guys, it's Bo. Making this video to help you guys play play a little bit better. I don't play like this all the time. I wish I did. It'd be great, but I don't. But I had a good game in my T54 lightweight. Show it to you guys. Kind of show what my thought process was in this game and how it helped me have a good game. I did 4.1k damage with 2k spotting. It was an ace tanker. I think I got my second mark of excellence in this game. And I'll have the replay. It's up on Watt Labs. You can go check that out if you want. But just kind of show you what my thought process was and how the game played out. All right, first thing you guys want to always do in the middle before the game starts is you want to come over here and you want to look at the team list. You want to compare what they have and what you have. They've got two A100, a mouse, E75, M103, and we don't really have any heavies. We got an E5 and a T57 heavy. We got two M103s, but that's really about it. They're going to beat us on heavies. With that E100 and the mouse alone, it beats our E5 and our M103s. And then they've got E75 and M103 of their own, so if the heavy tanks go east like they usually do, they're going to get beat just for sheer number, and the mouse is a relic player, so he does know what he's doing. Now, if you're in this game, or if you're in a game and you see a purple on the enemy team, I don't know what he's purple because I don't run XVM for this specific reason. But if you see like a simp player or a Bulba or Otter or whatever on the enemy team, right? You don't need to worry about them, right? You need to worry what tank they're in. And compare it to what you have, right? I don't even look at the name of the players, to be honest. I just look at the tanks, and I play accordingly to that. Since I'm in a light tank, brawling's really not going to be what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be getting a lot of intel and flanking around and getting some side shots and stuff like that. Same thing if you're in a medium tank. On this map, it's very medium and light dominated. The heavies can play a key part if they play it correctly, but if the mediums over on the middle, there's really not a whole lot you can do unless you go middle yourself, but then you're going to get shot in the side and in the back, and it's going to be a rough game for you. Like the E100, his really only option is to go east, or unless he wants to camp one line the entire time, which you never want to do on any tank, period. You'll just be useless the entire game. But anyway, they've got more mediums than we do as well. We've got a crap load of TDs, so you got to look at that and be like, all right, our team's going to play mostly campy. So if you want to win the game and not, your team's going to be campy. So to stop them from camping most of the game, you have to do something yourself to either push or get a lot of flanking shots, so that your team doesn't just chill back the entire game and let your team die and then try to do damage. Like if you're in a TD, you don't want to be sitting back in the entire game. You want to be up front dealing damage. Everybody thinks that TD should camp. That is not the case. Sure, you don't have a turret most of the time, but that doesn't mean you can't play as an assault gun or be up front dealing damage. Like if it was a city map, instead of camping back the entire time, you could play in a corridor, locking it down, getting some damage on where you think people are going to be, and just setting up in a general position to where you can get a lot of damage. But we've got 5 TDs. We got 3 RD as well, so there goes 11 of our... No, I'm doing math wrong. What? There goes 8 of our 15 players that are pretty much going to be campy most of the game, just from looking at it. They've got 2 lights as well, and they're pretty quick. They got a bad shot. Type 61, WZ120, and a 121. Then they got 2 lights. So what I'm going to do, based on that, we got an E50M, and that's pretty much it for mediums. We got a 49, but I think the 49 is useless the entire game. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go the one line and come right here, just to get side shots, right? If you get on this position or here from this side, it's trickier to do from the north, but you can do it from the south and get right here and get a bunch of side shots and lights as they go up here. Maybe catch out NRD, but it's rare. You just gotta be aware that TDs usually sit in this general area or up here. I don't know why. they're useless most of the game. Like if you're a TD or if you're in anything, right? You don't want to be here and you don't want to be here, right? If you're there, you're pretty much useless. The only way you're going to get damage is if they push straight into you, which people normally don't do, unless you get the enemy team that's just stupid, or unless they win the entire rest of the map, and then they come at you. But then they've got these spots here, they've got here, you know, they can shoot you from here. You're pretty much pinned in over here, and there's not a whole lot of cover unless you're in these buildings. But if you're in the buildings, you don't really have shots on anything, so there's no point in being over here. There's no point in being over here at all, right? Unless you're artillery, and then whatever. The reason I go here is because sure they have more mediums than we do, but the only thing faster than me is the 2 lights and the bat chat. But the bat chat's not going to be loaded for about 10 seconds when I get here, so I'm going to come here, and even if he does, I'll be loaded way before he does. He won't be loaded for 15 seconds, and I'll get a couple shots into him. And if I have backup, we're going to kill him before he's even loaded. Or he'll get 1 shot and he'll die. That's the plan here. The only problem with these spots right here is it's very open. There's no real cover. So you got to be very careful about Artie. Artie can just evaporate you instantly if you're in this spot, so you just got to play extremely careful. Like there's a bush, I think, like right here that you can get spots from and not get spotted. But if you do get spotted, Artie's just going to destroy you. So usually you want to come over here, spot some stuff, maybe get a shot or 2, and then back off. And play extremely carefully. Alright. And that's pretty much my thought process for the first 30 seconds of the game. You got 30 seconds if you're loading quick enough to really think about what you're doing. That's what you always want to do that, right? You always want to look at what they have, what you have, and decide on where to go from that spot. I'm in a light tank, so I need to get... And I can do it in medium as well. But I want to come over here, get some lights, and see what's going on. Alright, I'm going to speed it up right quick. Speed it up 8 times. Okay. So you always want to be looking in the first 60 seconds or so, 30, 60 seconds, you always want to look at where your team is going and see, do you need to adjust because of it, right? Because you always have your initial position that you go to. I want to go here, right? The T49 sits here for a while. I don't know why, but alright, I'll pause it right here. The SU-2244 is going this way. That's good. The Foch 704 and 103 I think is just slow getting this way. Artie, of course. T49. And then these TDs right here, right? These TDs are just are gonna come over here, wait for me and the E50M, which is good that I've got backup. The E50M to spot stuff, and then they're gonna sit here, right? They'll get 1 shot maybe, and then they'll play peeky hidey with the guys over here. And we don't even know if anything's coming this way, right? So even if there's nothing here, chances are they're not going to push up and see, like, recognizing there's nothing here and push up. They're going to be scared that something's here or in the buildings, and they're going to chill here the entire game. So that's not good. We've got all the heavies. I think the E103 goes this way. All the heavies going this way, which is good. Some might split to the middle, some might go east. But that's good that we've got most of our heavies and such going this way. You never, like I said, you never want to sit here because it's just useless. Alright, so I'll pop around this corner. Don't spot anything. If the M is a little slower, he's going to come over this way. We spot the WZ-120, but like I said, we're faster than he is, so he can't spot us, or he can't beat us here, and then he backs off. Alright, so the E103, we'll spot the 1390, which is good. But the E103 comes over here. I don't know why. We've got 4 tanks already chilling over here with the 49, and he comes this way. If you're an M103, you really want to come maybe here to the middle or this way. You don't want to sit here, guys. I can't emphasize that enough on this map. You don't want to sit right here because you're gonna get nothing out of it. Artie could shoot you. I guess the 49 comes over here to spot maybe, but there's a better spot here. So I mean, I'm spotting from this spot, so I don't know what he's doing. But these TDs pretty much sit here the entire game, and they don't really do a whole lot till the very end, which usually happens, right? You either sit here the entire game, right? That's a given, right? Unless you move up. You sit here the entire game, and either the rest of your team dies, and you get shots then, or everybody else, or like your team kills everything, and then you move in for like a shot of damage. but that's still not a good game, right? You didn't do anything. Your team did, right? So if you're sitting here doing nothing, you put your team to carry you. But if we've got this many TDs, they've got way more mediums and heavies than we do. So if their mediums and heavies all go here, these guys are screwed, right? And there's nothing we can really do about it. But as you can see from this spot right here, I'm sort of hold down. I'm spotting over here. I can spot the 1390. I can spot whatever else comes this way. I expect the Batchat to come this way since he's not spotted by now. I expect the Batchat to come this way, the M41 Bulldog, and then all the other guys to come here. Maybe I can get some spots. I gotta be careful from Artie though, as you could easily get shot. So I try to put a shot into 1390. It's a bad shot. The Batchat is spotted. The M41 is spotted. The M41 goes up to the hill. The SU-122-54 goes up to the hill. There's Artie. The Artie thankfully shoots the E50M instead of me. And you can see these guys just chilling over here, right? So what you want to do from this spot is you want to spot something going, and M103 spot over here. You want to spot over here, and then you want to come back this way, just to see if you can get shots in the middle. The Batchat's not there. But I got a feeling that he's rotated back around with the AMX or the 1390, so I back up a little bit. Nothing's really happening. So what you want to do, E100 spotting there. I don't know why he's there, right? There's no point in him being over there. But that's good for our heavies over here. Means they don't have to deal with E100 or an M103 or 120, so they're just chilling here. We don't know where the T30 or the 183 is, so they could be here as well. So when we get back over here, we gotta be careful. But I got what you want to do from this position is you want to kind of like rotate back and forth from this side to this side, getting shots in the middle. We don't really have a middle presence other than like this 122, but I think he goes up to the hill. So we have nothing in the middle, right? If they would have recognized that, they could have came this way and easily killed us, right? They would have had shots here, plus Artie, so we really couldn't have done anything. These guys are going to be a stalemate the entire game, so they can't really do anything, and they're going to be useless. The 103 and the Foch decide to come this way. It's a little late, though. They're not going to really have an influence on the east. They're going to get side shot as they go up the road right here, and they could easily be killed from here. So you need to either be over here as fast as possible, or you come over here. But I'm afraid the 1390 in the Batchat is going to come this way. I still have to be careful for Artie at all times. I poke around this corner, and in fact the 1390 and the Batchat are coming this way. I shoot the Batchat once. Thankfully the E50M is paying attention. I'm going to back up a little bit. Still trying to play Artie safe, sort of. And then I'm just going to bully this 1390. 1390 really can't do anything about it right now. He's got low pin. I think it's 170, and I've got a 160 turret, and I'm hold down right now. So I'm just going to poke up, get a shot in 1390. Just keep rinsing and repeating the process. The Batchat could have killed me, but the E50M is punishing him. So I think Artie shoots him there. Something hits him hard. I've watched this game 5 times and I just realized that. But that's good that we can go kill the Batchat now. And the 1390's dealt with. I just back up and ram him and he's dead. So we've lost our 183. The E50M goes around and kills the Batchat, and so the middle is clear right now. The SU-122 44 or 54 kills the M41. We're doing good on the east right here. There's the T30. We still don't know where the 183 is. But you see how all these TDs are dead, right? Like the Foch moved because he wasn't getting any shots here. It's kind of late for him now. We've cleaned up everything. The 704 moved late. The M103 moved late. So they're not doing any like. This entire quadrant of the map right here, except for maybe the Artie, because I think the Artie did get a shot on the Batchat, thankfully. But this entire quadrant right here is basically like dead to the team. They're not doing anything. I don't know how much the Jag has done, but he's scared off these guys. But like they're not doing anything, right? So the only thing that's important in this game is us right here. The Foch will matter eventually, but you know, they're not really helping. Everything has been spotted, mostly except for 183 and then the Arties, of course. The T30's over here, the E75's over here, and the Mouse is over here. But they have nothing in the middle, right? Which is weird, because this map is usually decided by the middle, but I guess with all of them going this way, it kind of eliminated that. So they didn't have anything in the middle except for the Batchat and the 1390. We didn't have anything except for me and the E50M. And that was pretty much it, right? So whoever won this engagement could have easily decided the outcome in this game, because if they would have beat us, they could have got side shots on this Yag, they could have killed the M103 and the 704, they could have easily killed the Sfosh because he doesn't have a turret. The SU would have harassed him a little bit, but he could have got RD'd easily. And then, like, these guys are not really doing anything. So, it's key that you win the middle in this map. That way you can get side shots on either side. I'd still have to be careful. I'm trying to get side shots since E74, but he is way over there, and I really should have just stopped wasting my time on him. There's rocks between me and him, and I shouldn't have just sat here in the open where Artie could have killed me. I was gonna spot the E100 and them guys, but there's really no point. They're gonna be useless. So what you want to do now, right? You've won the middle, and so you want to always look at what your next move is. You always think of what you want to do. These guys are useless, right? It's the same situation as our team. This entire quadrant right here is useless, right? Unless I poke up on these ridges, they're not gonna get shots, or unless we go this way. You want to ignore these guys. They're gonna be there the entire game, right? So it doesn't matter if we push into them now, if we kill everyone else, and then push into them. It won't matter. They're gonna be here the entire game. They can't escape now that the E50M and me are here. They can't go this way because there's 3 Artie and a Yag. Not to mention a Foch is here, the 704. Could easily just turn around and get shots. You can ignore these guys. They're not going to do anything for the rest of the game until we clear out these guys. So what you want to do next is you want to come over to the middle right here and get side shots on these guys, or spot the Artie. You want to see if anything's here. The Type 61's still not spotted. The 183 is still unspotted, so we don't know where they are, right? I'm gonna come over here, get some spots, see if I can spot anything here. I'll figure out where the 61 and the 183 are, and then try to get shots from there. Right? I'm gonna decide what I do from there. The E50M is behind me, so I don't really have to worry about getting rushed or anything. And again, these guys are useless. So the East is looking good. We've got the E5 and the M103 over there. The 57 Heavy's there as well, with the SU 122, 44, F54 getting shots. I pop in this bush right here. I spot the 61 and I spot Artie. I killed the Artie fully. It takes me 3 shots because I roll twice. Yay, RNG. They weren't massive war rolls, but they were enough not to get me this kill. So there's one Artie taken care of. We need to kill the 61 now. He's caught out in the open. I really don't want to get shot right here because I don't have a whole lot of health. One shot from him is a third of my health gone. So I just need to be careful. Just putting shot into this guy, and then he dies from the E50M. So again, we still want to ignore these guys, right? They're not really useful. I think the E50M dies to Artie here in a second. These guys are useless. You don't want to do anything with them. You want to come over here, clear this side first, and then deal with them. The game's pretty much over at this point. It's 6-3. Most of their team is over there on the 1 line, 1, 2, 3 line. They're not really doing anything. So you just want to come over here and get side shots into these guys and win this. The E3 and the E5 are pushing up now, or the E5's dead, but the E3 is pushing up. 57 Heavy went and killed the M103, or the T30. I'm trying to get side shots on the 121 now. I missed a couple shots. I'm just rushing and not really. It's laziness at this point. I know we won the game, and it's just trying to. There's a shot I want on the engine. But it's just lazy, and I missed a couple shots. I take a shot there, which is fine. The game's pretty much over, so I can sacrifice a little bit of health. The WZ-120 did push this way past the Yag, which is fine. I'm gonna head back to the middle to try to get some shots here in a second after I spot a little bit to see where they are. The E100 looked like he was coming back this way, so I'm gonna try to catch him out. I can't spot him. I figure the last Artie is still here. We still don't know where the 183 is, right? I assume he's over there on the village, maybe. I don't spot anything, and then I almost get shot by the E100 here. I back up, try not to get Artied. I'm pretty sure the Artie is aiming at me now. I'm gonna risk moving. Almost get shot by the E100. There's Artie right there, so I just gotta be careful. So I know that he fired, and I know we got one more Artie to go. Gonna come to the middle. The Yag kills the M103, which is good. I leave the M103, like, or the E100, I don't go deal with the, I don't know why I keep saying M103. I leave the E100 alone, because if these guys can't deal with an E100, I'm not gonna be able to do anything, right? Like, if he angles his butt, even if I load gold with like 235 pen, I can still bounce, right? So if they can't kill him, then I don't know what to tell them. The M103 is still over here. I don't know why he's over here. Like I said, the T49 died because he didn't do anything. But the M103 is over here. I don't know what he's doing, but he does sits there the entire game. On pause again. I want to come over here and kill this 120, see what he's doing. Spot him there. I'm gonna miss a shot. I should have took it like right there instead of waiting for aim. Bad aiming and I shoot his turret. The Chinese tanks have bad gun depression, so you want to get under them as much as possible. The Gag moves up, or the 704 kills the E100, and I'm out of AP shells, so a gold shell to the bottom plate, which is overkill, kills the 120. And now it's just fighting the RD and the 183. Right? There's the 183. I guess he's been sitting there the entire game doing nothing. And I should have went left right here. I should have went this way and came around, but for some reason I didn't. I came this way. It rammed the Foch a little bit, and then jump off the cliff, which was stupid. But there's one of the already spotted. This is a bat shot. Bat shot dies. I bounce a shot from gold on the side, but whatever. Then it's just killing this 183 and finding Artie at this point. Gonna get a couple shots into him. He's gonna die. I get one more shot, I think. Then he gets the Yag pulls around and Emma wrecks him. His turret does a little bit of damage to me. It does like 57 or so. But he got Emma wrecked for like 100 health. We didn't spot the other Artie here, so he could be in the bushes over here. So I just moved this way to come kill this Artie. The 103 actually ends up spotting the remaining tank over here. Where's my aimer? Over here, and I don't get any more damage. So that's basically this game. Alright, just to recap, I looked at what we had and what they had, made a decision on where to go. I went here based on the fact that all they had was a bat shot that could really keep up with me, and the lights. The lights usually don't go there. The lights will usually not come to 1-2 line. The lights usually go here, which is, you can predict that you'll be fine over here. And the E50M came to back me up. The first 60 seconds or so, you always want to look at what your team's doing. Most of our team set here, which is what I figured it would since we were mostly TDs. The M103 came, like the M103 couldn't decide on what he wanted to do. He was going to come this way, saw some tanks over here, and then started driving this way, decided he wasn't going to do anything here, and then decided to drive this way, and by that time, there was nothing for him to do. The game was over, right? But our tanks did good on the east. They won because the E100 and the M103 and the 120 were over here. And the 183 was here as well. T30 went this way. Like if you're in a TD, you want to sit like here or here, right? Because you want to help the... Like, I like this side better, just because here is very open. But if you go here, you get buildings and stuff. Like if I was one of the TDs, I would have sat here. That way I can get side shots. I can predict that their heavies will push this hard because they got more of them. I'll sit here and get some shots as they're focused on the heavies. And you can get a lot of good damage that way. Or I can shoot the middle as well, since they have more mediums. But we come here, we spot a couple things. We spot the 1390, we spot the bat chat, we spot the M41. I think the SU-122-54 spots the M41. But I spot the AMX and the bat chat and force to back off. Thankfully, Artie shoots the E50M instead of me, which is good. I could have easily died there, just gotta play that carefully. Come over here, try to get some shots in the middle. Don't see anything happening, and I'm scared that the 1390 is gonna come around. If the 1390 came around and the bat chat came around, and this E50 wasn't paying attention, and our Artie wasn't paying attention, they could have easily killed us here, right? And the game would have been a lot different. But thankfully the E50M was paying attention. I was scared that the 1390 was going to come this way, so I went back this way to get shots there. Meanwhile, the 49 had died. A lot of our tanks were still sitting in this quadrant of the map, which you never want to do. And since a lot was here, the East was going to win. I don't think at that point the East could have lost, unless they just played stupidly. T30 could have got a lot of damage, but he really didn't. The Artie doesn't really have a shot, even from there. They don't really have shots over here unless they push around. But I wasn't worried at the East at this point, so I knew we were going to win the East and then push around. So I just wanted to get some spots here, figure out where the unspotted tanks were, and then shoot this stuff on the side. If I would have pushed this way or went over and tried to get some damage here, I would have just gotten killed. The 61 was there, the 183 was there, the E100 was there, the 103 was there, the 120 was there. Pushing these guys was not a good idea. I would have died and not really done anything else useful in that game. Taking the middle was good, so you need to exploit that when you do. Not every game's going to be this way, obviously. You're just going to play it by ear at that point and see how it goes from there. But I come over here and get some side shots. I wasted time on the E75 trying to get shots. I should have maybe poked over and spotted these guys or got to here sooner and caught out the 61 quicker and then killed that already. Maybe I could have spotted the other one. But, you know, you don't want to sit passive the entire game. But we cleaned up this area and then we go over here and kill the remaining tanks. I almost got killed by Artie and the E100 there, but again, that would have been fine. We would have won the game. But I saw the 120 push up, so I came back to the middle, killed the 120, and then finished off the remaining tanks. So hopefully this game helps. That long discussion that I just did for no reason. Hopefully that helped you guys, you know, learn what you're supposed to do at the beginning of the game, or helped you guys improve a little bit. Maybe showed you some positions that you guys hadn't seen before, or maybe a different way to think about this map. If you guys want more of these, let me know. I'll try to play some more light tanks or some. I'll have some good games eventually, right? That you can, and if you want me to show you guys, to help you guys play a little bit better, or at least improve a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys. If any of you tattoo people want me to keep doing this, let me know. Or if you guys have any suggestions or tips, just leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.